This short movie gives an overview of how PDM Integrator extends the use of Model Manager through the lifecycle management of native Creo Parametric models and drawings. A new ribbon menu is added to Creo Parametric, providing the interface between the CAD environment and Model Manager. Here we have a new model ready to be stored to Model Manager. The object in session is stored from the ribbon menu using the Save command. The Save dialog opens, allowing us to name the object and fill in additional attribute information about the object. In this case, the model is already named. However, Model Manager's rolling number generator could be used. We complete the model information by adding a description. By default, a new master data record is created. However, we do have the option to attach the model to an existing master data record. In this case, we create a new record and populate some of the part attributes. A Save Progress dialog confirms that the model has been successfully saved. Once an object has been stored, we can check the Model Manager properties of the item from the Properties command on the ribbon bar. From the Properties window, we can edit the model attributes, look at where the part is used, view change notes, etc. In this instance, opening the Master Data tab, we edit one of the part properties. To continue working on a part from the database, we use the Search and Open command to open Model Manager. The easiest way to find objects we're currently working on is from the Recent Items list. Here we see the part record and the model created in the previous session. Note the model icon indicates that this is a Creo part, differentiating it from models from other supported modeling applications. Notice also that a thumbnail preview is captured, which can be useful for users without access to the CAD application. We can also use Model Manager's powerful search tools to find other models stored to the database. Creo models are stored under the Models class. In this case, we search for models whose names begin PDMI-20. Any searches run in this way can be saved to help us quickly find objects that relate to the work we are doing. To load the object into session, either double-click it or right-click and select Load. The Load window opens, allowing us to preview what is being loaded and also allowing us to set some load rules, and we will return to this later in the movie. With the part loaded in session, we continue to develop the model, and then we store the updates back to the database. In this case, the database record is updated without the Properties window opening. To understand how the PDM Integrator manages assemblies, we will create a new assembly using the bearing housing as the base part. To add the bearing housing, we use the Creo Component Operations command. The PDM command option opens Model Manager, allowing us to find our component and load it into the assembly. We now use the same command to find a bearing from Model Manager. Notice that this bearing is a family table instance linked to the family table generic CSI 4004. We constrain the bearing in the assembly and then add our final component, a shaft. We will now take a look at some of the load rules that are available to us. The default rule in this database is to load the highest revision. However, we can override this by selecting a specific revision from the list of revisions available, in this case revision 2. When loading an assembly, it can be useful to change the default rule to either load the assembly as stored or with the highest released revisions. With the assembly complete, we store back to Model Manager in the same way as we did with the original model, using the save command. This time we add a description and complete the save. Notice that the PDM Integrator only saves objects back that have been modified, in this case only the assembly itself, not the components added to the assembly. We now complete the design by creating an assembly drawing. With the drawing finished, we again save to Model Manager using the same save command. A drawing description is added, and notice that by default the drawing is related to the existing assembly master data record. The drawing title block is configured to be populated with the Model Manager part and drawing attributes, and a drawing PDF is automatically created and attached to the master data record when saving the drawing. If we open Model Manager, we can see how the drawing PDF can be viewed. With the drawing and design complete, we change its state from work to released using standard Model Manager commands and adhering to permissions set by the access control rules. At a later time, a design change is required and 2 mounting holes are added to the bearing housing. As the assembly is released, the bearing housing and the assembly itself need to be up-issued and change notes added. At this point, the bearing housing has already been up-issued, leaving us to up-issue the assembly drawing. From the ribbon bar, we select Save New Issue. Change notes are added and the assembly drawing is up-issued from issue or revision 1 to 2. Notice that the revision history on the drawing title block is automatically updated. Opening the properties of the drawing allows us to check that the assembly is correct from the Structure tab. From Model Manager, we can also see the impact of the changes with the old document revisions in the History folder and the latest revisions at a work state awaiting approval. This concludes the demonstration of the PDM Integrator for Creo Parametric. The PDM Integrator includes a license of PDM AnyDocs, again extending the use of Model Manager to lifecycle manage supporting documentation, including emails. To find out more, please view the associated overview movie.